Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are setting up a budget planner for 2024, or at least the start of 2024. So I have here the Kell of a Plan undated budget planner. I will be sure to link this in the description for those who are interested, and we are going to dive right in. So this is the opening page, and we are just going to go ahead and put my name down. I am no longer going to be afraid of putting my name in my planner, which I feel like I did for a long time. I was afraid of it. Even the S's in my name are a little bit wonky, but we're going to go with it. Now, I do want to note, so this is the Kell of a Plan budget planner. There are going to be some changes that I'm going to make to this. I think that while this is a wonderful planner, budgeting is so personal that figuring out ways to customize a budget planner to suit your budget and your needs is really important. So after this name page, you have these yearly bill trackers. Now, these are great trackers. For me, I actually prefer something a little bit more simple where I can see everything at a glance. I don't necessarily need the due date, date paid, and amount paid, because other than a couple of my bills, most of them stay the same. So what I'm actually going to do here is stick in, I didn't trim this right, we're going to retrim it. I have a bunch of my Etsy printables here that just make more sense for my budget, and we're going to put that down. Now, I have to decide what I want to do about this. Some of this is like, we're setting it up, we're figuring it out. I have a Happy Planner companion pack here. I'm not sure if this is still available on the website. I haven't looked, but if it is, I'll link it. And it says there is magic in saving. And we've got a couple, oh, we definitely want a pocket folder here, but we've got a bunch of things. So I think these are the pages that I actually want to start with. I know there's like a lot of moving around here as setup videos go. So we're going to put this here. And then I also have some top tab dividers from Live Love Posh. Again, everything will be linked. And we are going to take this off. Let's start with the first divider here. And we have finance, budget. Let's see. I'm looking for the word goals, which I don't know that I'm seeing here. There we go. Goals. Took a sec. And I'm going to put goals right there. We still haven't quite figured out the back of this page though. I mean, it doesn't quite matter. Like if I wanted to, what I could do is glue these together just so that it's plain, but it's not a necessary step. It just like depends on whether or not it's really important to you. Sorry, I didn't realize how shiny that was. That you don't see that if you're not going to use it. Okay, so we have these pages here. Now I'm going to take this out again because I actually want to write in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is list your 3 main savings goals. So this is, of course, for the next year. And my 3 main savings goals are going to be max out Roth IRA. This is my retirement account. My next goal is pay 2 extra mortgage principal payments. And principal payments mean payments directly towards the amount due on the mortgage principal and not the interest. Because if you don't specify, then when you're paying, then the money will just go towards the interest. And then the third one is going to be, what's my next main savings goal going to be? I was thinking of it as in terms of another, I mean, these are savings, like the Roth IRA is going to go into savings, the extra mortgage principal payments, it's saving enough to pay those two extra, but of course it's not going into savings because it's going to be paid towards my mortgage. So this one we're going to do finish. Actually, complete should have been the right word, but finish is fine. 100 envelope challenge. I made some progress on it this year. I didn't finish it completely, but part of that is because I did not continue using cash throughout this year, which is also something that I want to get back to. So I'm going to start over with the 100 envelope challenge, but that's going to be one of the goals. So we're going to put this back down into the planner. These I'll kind of just write, separately on my own. And then we have these pages. So track your savings progress. Now, the idea with these pages is that you're going to list your 3 main savings goals and then track the savings progress for those, but it doesn't always work because like finish 100 envelope challenge, that doesn't quite make sense. So what I'm going to do over here is write new doors because I want to save up for new interior doors in my house next year. I have 9 doors that I want to replace, so that's going to be a big one. Another one is I'm going to write sunny vacation. I want to take a sunny vacation next year. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know who with, but I know I want to take a sunny vacation. I didn't have one this year, and I am just in this point in December where all I'm craving is sun and a margarita, and I want to make sure that it happens next year. I do have to give myself a little bit of grace though, because I bought a house this year. So like the finances, we're going somewhere else. And then I'm going to leave one of these open. I really am an advocate when it comes to goal setting for not putting pressure on yourself to set every goal at the beginning of the year and expect that it's all going to fall into place, because sometimes we have to give ourselves some room for flexibility. Okay, so we have my goals right there. Now we are going to take another divider. And this one is going to be trackers. And trackers are where some of my printables are going to go. So we have this. This is going to be my monthly bills. So I feel like I should start probably listing these out. Mortgage, HOA, my homeowners association. Right now I have 3 credit cards. So I'm going to write Venmo, Cap One, and Amazon. I feel like I should have. I'm trying to go through memory right now, but I'm like, I should really have these somewhere to reference. I could pull out my budget planner from this year, maybe. Okay, now I have something to reference. So we have credit cards. I have my car insurance, my internet, my electric, and this is also gas, my cell phone, my car. I was hesitant on that. Well, it's okay. We'll get there. My car, Netflix, Peloton. Okay, and those are my bills. In the past, I've also, and dental insurance. In the past, I've included health insurance. I am not including that this year because my full-time job is going to be covering health insurance. So I'll write the due dates and I'll write the amounts. Other things that I could do in here are going to be, let's write water and sewer. That's quarterly. Terminex. is quarterly, and LLC taxes are quarterly. So what I'll do, I can't do this now because I can't remember when things are getting paid, honestly, but like if all I owe is, let's say January, I'd like X out these and then I'd mark the months in which they are paid. So this is my monthly bill tracker, and that is going to keep track of my bills for the year. Next up, we are going to, I messed this one up cutting too, which is strange because I got a new paper trimmer and it was actually really good. So I just wasn't, that's more on me. Now we have annual expenses. This is also from my Etsy shop. Annual expenses are going to be just that, expenses that recur annually. This helps when I'm mapping out my budget, remembering when things are going to cost money. So for example, March, we have my brother's birthday. March is also my friend's son's birthday. April will be Go Wild. May, pool membership. December is Prime renewal and also Kindle renewal. May, we have Mother's Day. July, my nephew's birthday. August, my niece's birthday. I'm not going to list out like every single thing here. It's just, I want to kind of give you, running out of space, examples exactly like about how this would work. October, mom birthday. You could do this for anniversaries. You could do it for back to school shopping for kids, anything that you would need to remember leading into a new month. So in February, as I'm preparing to do March's budget, I'll look and be like, oh, right, I need to set aside funds for my brother's birthday, for Ethan's birthday, etc. So then that's where the annual expenses page is going to come in. Now we have electric bills. This is a new item in my Etsy shop. And the reason that I've included this is because my electric bill has varied quite a bit since I've moved into a house versus when I was in an apartment. So what I'm going to be spending in July is going to be very different from what I was spending in January. So what I want to do here is we're going to note, I guess I don't need a year. I was going to write 2024, but what I probably could do is list out the bills from July through December so that as I'm budgeting for next year, I'll be able to reference them. I wanted to pause because I wanted to actually pull up my accounts so that I could do this. So July, we have 162.65. August, 160.65. Now I left room here because I thought you might want to compare it year over year or just write big, either way. September, we're at 144.63. October was very low comparatively, 86.19. November, 138.33. And I haven't gotten my December one yet, but I think it's probably going to be higher because of the amount of heat that I've used. So really October, which is the September 16th to October 16th bill, because I closed on the 16th, I get my bills mid-month. So there was very low usage from mid-September to mid-October. I was away for like 5 days, so that probably contributed to it, but maybe my bill for December, whatever. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Okay, so this is my electric bills page. So tracker. Okay, next up we have my subscription trackers. I really need to cut this better. These are for any monthly subscriptions or annual subscriptions. So for example, Prime and Kindle. These are yearly, and Prime is on auto renew, Kindle is not on auto renew. And then you can write the amounts and the dates. So any subscriptions, I also have, this is a quarterly one, but I don't know if, I didn't put it in my quarterly bill because I don't know if I'll renew it, is one of the dating apps. So when you look at your bank account and your credit card, anything where you pay from, definitely taking a look at your subscriptions is really important, because you want to make sure that you are not overpaying in any area, or like a subscription that you didn't forget to cancel. Next up, we have, this is my retirement tracker. Let's try to do this right. Oh, I didn't really write that in the right place. Okay, we're going to fix that because that's going to make me crazy. So let's take my correction tape. Usually I think I print it out with the word retirement, but I didn't do it here because I forgot. So I need a piece of scrap paper here. We're doing it. Oh, we're going to do it this way. Okay. I needed this to be closer, like, and backwards, so that I could do it backwards and know that the spacing was going to be better. Still not going to be perfect. You could use letter stickers here. These are just ideas for you. This is not an example of me doing I'm going super crooked. We're just going to give up on this. I may just print out a new one, to be honest with you, but the goal here is to show you how to do it, or what to put in your planner, not how to write straight. Okay. Next up, we are going to just take a couple more pages before I can jump into my monthlies. So I have a few more printables that I want to include. This next one is going to be savings goal. We're going to call this home maintenance. And I already have some money set aside for home maintenance. So the goal here is going to be $5,000. The start date is going to be 1/1/24. I don't really have a deadline for this. This is ongoing. Now, the idea here is that what I can say is, let's say January 1st, transaction will be like a plus sign. The balance can be whatever I add to the account, or what the account includes. Now, that's just adding money, but this has both things going on, because for this one, you'll want to save and color it in as you save. Each bubble can equal like $20, but then there's going to be expenses, right? So like when I had a leak in my living room from my shower, homeowner's insurance covered it, but I had spent $1,000 for the deductible. So I could write, whenever it was, November 28th, transaction, plumber, notes, deductible, balance would be less, or the transaction, would be minus $1,000. Notes would be plumber, balance would be whatever my balance is less $1,000. So that's kind of how I envision this page working. Next up is a sinking funds tracker. So a sinking fund is something that you set aside money for that you know is going to happen. And it can either be something where you know when it'll happen, or you don't know when it'll happen. So there's two examples I give. Number one is Christmas. Christmas is coming every year. If you celebrate, you know when Christmas is coming, and you are setting aside a sinking fund specifically for Christmas. The other one is car repair. If you have a car, you're responsible for the costs of the repairs. You know that there will be a repair necessary. You may not know what it will be, when it will be, but it's setting aside money so that when that repair is needed, you have the money ready. And it's almost like creating a gift card for yourself for these types of things. So I actually realized I want to move this. Now, you can put this in the beginning of the planner. I'm going to move it over to January because my idea here for this page is that I will put all of my sinking funds for 1 month on here, and then the next month I'll print out a new one and carry it over. So let's say the category is going to be car savings. I didn't really need to write savings because this is sinking funds. Pool membership, gifts. We have to see what my sinking funds categories are. I have to remember pulling up a spreadsheet while we're here because some of this I can't quite do from memory. Let's see. Let's call it beauty is really more for like nails and hair. Amazon renewal, I'm not going to contribute to because that's going to be paid in December. So I'm not going to contribute to it in January. You could contribute. What is it? Like it would be $12 a month. Fun is something that I set aside money for. And fund. Holidays, I won't be contributing to that, but you can if you want to, like do it all year. I usually start though at a different point in the year. Okay, so those are my sinking funds. So this we're actually going to put down in January. And then let's see. This will also be over here for January. Okay, so we have one more tracker, and that is this tracker for my 100 envelope challenge. And that we're going to put right in here. Now, the beauty of using a disc-bound budget planner is the ability to change it as you need to, add things, remove things. So I will always be fond of a disc-bound one. Now, I don't need this page. This next one is annual finances, financial goals. I'm probably not going to do this in mine, so we're going to remove this page as well. Okay, now we have January. So what's great about Kelva Plan planners is that the dividers are double-sided. So I don't have to worry about the month being over here. And instead what I can do is put in other things here. So we are going to add in a couple more trackers. First up, I have my monthly budget tracker. This is where I can create my budget and break it down. And this is my paycheck breakdown. I'm going to need to print more of these because I should have 4 or 5 paychecks in the month of January. And my paycheck breakdown, I typically break down only by my full-time job paycheck. The way that I pay myself from Plan with Elise is that I create my monthly budget based on my full-time job. And then I see where my numbers are at and I figure out what to pay myself. It's usually only like 10% of what I earn from Plan with Elise and the rest is held in savings. But that's how I kind of make that decision. And then we'll have this paycheck breakdown sheet. Now, another thing, so this page, we have the monthly budget. I don't know that I really need this because I sort of have my own that's going to be, like that's going to replace it anyway. But I like to do a no spend challenge during months because I think that it really helps. I really did a bad job punching these. Okay. So the idea here is that let's say for the month of January, I have decided not to spend money on Amazon. So I can do a little mark there for January. I can write Amazon here. You can also do takeout. You can do any category that you're choosing to not spend. I don't believe in no spend at all, ever. That's not the way that I budget. That's not the way that I teach budgeting. We're just sticking with one category. So every day throughout the month that I don't spend on Amazon, I can color in. This will be for my bills and all of that. We will probably maybe do that in another video, or do we do it now? I should probably see where we are time-wise in this video because I feel like I've been talking for a while. All right, I think we're okay on timing, but also I have a lot of videos I want to share coming up, so we're going to sort of combine this. I'm going to take the Budget Basics sticker book by Kell-of-a-Plan. There are other stickers I love to use in my budget planner, and those are from Proud Sticker Designs, but for this first one, I just kind of want it to coordinate with the planner. So I'm going to take Budget Basics, and we are going to take these bill due stickers. Now, what I will note here is that if there's more than one bill due on a day, like the first, I have my mortgage and my HOA due, I'm not going to have enough room for both of these. So options are taking a sticker like this. Wait, let's move this over. You can do something like this. Bill due and paid. Put that, I can't get this quite straight. And then I can take another bill due and paid. If I really, what I was going to do actually was put one big bill due sticker here and one here, but I wanted to show you an option for when you don't have a blank day right next to it, because most times you won't. So right here, we can just write like mortgage and HOA. All right, next up we have, oh, see, Wednesday is another day where I have two bills due, the 3rd. So pausing on that for a second, let's jump to the 15th. And this will be Geico. Then we have 16th, 17th, and 19th. Oops, ripped that sticker a little bit. Okay, we'll use a different one. 16th, 17th, and 19th. Then I have 28th, 29th, and 30th. So 28, 29, and 30. And then I need to jump back to the 3rd where I have two bills due. Yeah, two bills due. So let's take a bill due and paid. I feel like I need to take this out. It's just going to be easier. Bill due and paid. And again, if you are interested in the Kell-of-a-Plan planner or sticker book, I will have these linked in the description of the video. Kell-of-a-Plan does not offer discount codes. I get this question a lot about, you know, what my discount code is. That's just not something that they offer. But if you're going to be purchasing, using my link is greatly appreciated. So I'm going to write CC here for credit card and then Peloton. All right, we have the 16th is my electric bill. The 17th is Optimum. The 28th is Honda. Another credit card, Netflix. And then the 19th is Verizon. Okay, so we've got bills down. Then, looking back at this book, I'm looking for, I was looking for payday stickers. I don't know that I see payday sticker. Oh, I feel like there's gotta be. Yes, we have payday stickers. So we're going to, oops, come on. There we go. Do payday. And my paydays are on Mondays, unless Monday is a holiday like the 1st, which in that case, it's the week before. So the 15th is a holiday. So my payday will be on the 12th. And then we'll have the 22nd and the 29th. I'm going to run out of a little bit of space over here, maybe. But then we can note payday. I will also have additional paydays because of Plan with Elise. So on the 2nd is usually when Patreon will pay out. There's another payout, like affiliates, on the 23rd. And then the 25th. I also get paid weekly from Etsy, but that's usually on the Tuesday or Wednesday. So there's a lot of things to happen in here that aren't necessarily like public budget. And that's where I've struggled a little bit. You'll notice that I have not put up a budget video in several months. And that's because I'm trying to figure out how to share my budget while also keeping things private that I can't, I don't want to share online. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. And that's also maybe why I procrastinated getting this video up, because I feel like usually it's up a bit earlier than when you're seeing it. Okay, now we have the weekly overview. So I love the section that says this week's bills. We also have the month. So what I could do here is like grab any highlighter. I just happen to have this. So this week is January, the week of the 1st through 7th. So I can just do like 1 through 7. And then I can note this week's bills. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 bills due. Right? Yeah. Mortgage, HOA, credit card, and Peloton. And then I can check off once those have been paid. So I think that the way this is broken down is really helpful because you can list out your spending each day. You can also put the bill due stickers over here if you don't want them over here. One of my patrons, Michelle, had a really great idea where she said she's going to cover up these days of the week. And what she's going to do is write different spending categories. So like for me, it might be, groceries, home stuff. And in each category, you write your spending each day. And then down here, you can total it up. And that's what I plan to do in terms of totaling it up. I don't know if I'm going to switch off these categories because I don't spend money in every category every week. So if I were listing these out, what I might do is, let's say, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to take these. Oops, I didn't mean to color all of them. And oh my goodness, I meant to just color one. That was silly. I meant to do one there and one here. And let's say we do one here and one here. Okay, so now pink we're going to note would be home stuff. And let's say I spend money on home stuff twice on Monday, once on Wednesday, once on Saturday, and once on Sunday. Over here, I would total it all up and know that pink means home, and that's what my total was. And you do the same thing with green. Let's say green is groceries. Typically, I only go grocery shopping once per week, but if I go more than once or even just once, I can take the total of the grocery spending and put it here. So you can even use the same colors. You can use a highlighter or color pencil. It doesn't matter, but you don't have to use anything highlighted to note that. It just makes the overview and the recap a little bit easier. Okay, next up, I want to go back for a second because there was one tracker that I forgot I wanted to include that I have sitting right next to me here, and I don't quite know how I forgot it, but I wanted to bring in my sinking funds tracker for January also. So let's put this here. And then the other tracker I'm going to include is this monthly spending tracker. So the biggest challenge I find that people run into when they start budgeting is figuring out how much to budget. Because if you've never budgeted before and you don't know what you're spending in certain categories, you're not going to know what to budget for the future. So this is kind of a dual part. I have a new principle called monthly spending review. Use this wheel to review your monthly spending. Each section represents 10% of the total spending for the month. Example, if you spent $5,000 all month and $1,000 was on groceries, you would color in 2 lines in that piece of the wheel to represent whatever percentage, 20%. 20%. So the idea here is that you can write like groceries over here and then color in up to the 2 so that you know. And part of that is going to be by how you're going to get those numbers is by tracking your spending on pages like this. But my idea was that this would go at the end of the month. So it's a little tough with the dual-sided pages, but let's just say we put it here, or maybe we put it at the beginning, and then you can just flip back to it. So with that in mind, then we jump to these monthly spending pages. So category, groceries. And at the end of January, I can write what I spent on groceries. So this is similar to like the electric bill tracker. Next category could be home. What did I spend on home stuff? Cleaning supplies, anything for the home, and then you can put that here. So no matter what your category is, you're going to be able to, the more you start to track your expenses, the more you'll be able to kind of map these out and know what your spending should be. And then before January, I wanted to include one more divider. And we're going to call this one budget or finance budget. I mean, this whole thing is a budget planner, but we'll put budget over here. Okay, we might be set. I feel like that was a little bit all over the place, but it seems to make sense to me. So to recap, we have my overview page, then I have my goals, and I just have this page with some goals in here. Then we have my trackers with my bill tracker, annual expenses, electric bills. You can also put a debt tracker in here. I have a ton of savings trackers over in my Etsy shop that I didn't include here, so make sure you check it out. We have electric bills, subscription trackers, retirement. I need to reprint this because that looks horrible. Different savings goal, 100 envelope challenge, monthly spending. If you're seeing the awkwardness of all these cut lines that are different heights, that's just my cutting, not the printables. I promise they're good. Then we have my monthly spending. Then our next tab is budget. We have January. I have my monthly budget breakdown, my paycheck breakdown, sinking funds tracker, monthly spending review, this page that I don't think I'm going to use, my overview, no spend challenge, and the weekly. And then I think that's it. This is an undated planner, so I did get the months labeled, but in the back here, you also have some extra bonus pages of budget plans for different categories in your life. So if you never saw my unboxing and flip through of this planner, that gives you kind of an idea. But like I said, this is an undated planner, which I think is really helpful. And you also have savings challenges at the end of each month if you're looking for something a little bit more simple in terms of a 30-day savings challenge. So I'm going to take a breath. That's a wrap. I hope that you enjoyed this video and hope you found it helpful in terms of some ideas about how you can use a budget planner, any budget planner for next year. Again, everything I use will be linked in the description, so I do appreciate you using my links and your support in my Etsy shop and as an affiliate for other brands. So that is a wrap. Happy budgeting, happy planner setup season, happy new year, happy everything. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I will see you soon.